Hey guys, Brandon here. Today we are going to be deep cleaning a bathroom. This is a free deep clean for a local nonprofit in my community. I wanted to bring you guys with me today because I wanted to show you kind of my start to finish process, and hopefully you can take a few tips and tricks and apply them to your own cleaning routine and get your bathroom looking absolutely amazing. So let's get started.
Now, the first thing I like to clean is the bathtub and shower. Reason being is because usually this is gonna take me the longest amount of time to clean. And as you can see by the before shots here, there's quite a bit of soap scum buildup, so we're gonna have to scrub through all of that. Speaking of scrubbing, for this, I really suggest and like to use a drill brush because it just speeds up the whole cleaning process and you don't have to physically scrub every square inch of the shower. Now when it comes to cleaner for this one, I decided to use my general purpose cleaning mix, which is 1 cup vinegar, 1 cup water, and about a teaspoon of Dawn. The mixture of Dawn and vinegar does a great job to cut through the soap scum, and it's pretty cheap to make and goes a long way, so I really like this mix for these types of cleans.
Seems like we have quite a bit of soap scum in a few of these areas. What happens a lot of time is when you're showering, this is a dramatic reenactment, when you're showering, all of the grease and grime that we have on our bodies is like splashes all over here along with like the soap scum. So this usually is the worst area, not so much over here, just from all the oils and all that stuff coming off our body.
Now when it comes to scrubbing with the drill brush, I like to start at the top and scrub my way down. The other thing I like to mention too is to use a soft or medium stiffness bristle. That way you're never going to scratch the surface or cause any damage. Now if you've never cleaned with a drill brush before, it can be a little tricky at first and kind of intimidating. The one thing I always like to suggest is start with slow power and work your way up. If you pull the trigger all the way and give her, you're going to kind of make more of a mess than you're cleaning, and they might be a little while to kind of hold on to and control. So start with a little bit of power, slowly work it up, and you'll get the hang of it in no time. Now one area where I'll see a lot of gunk or hard water buildup is that little crack on the faucet. So I like to grab a microfiber towel and kind of floss in between those two areas to remove that. Now that the scrubbing is completed, it's time to give the entire shower a quick rinse. What this is going to do is help us to see what areas may need a little extra attention. And for those, like you see here, I'm going to take a damp microfiber towel and wipe down the entire shower.
So I like to clean with these because they just really grab the grease and grime off the surface. The fibers do a little bit better job, I feel, just picking up the grime and dirt and things. The other thing I like about microfiber towels is when you use them, you can actually feel like on the surface if something's dirty still. So you can feel right here, it's kind of sticking. It's kind of almost like grabbing the towel out of my hand. So there's definitely some soap scum or something there. Now it's completely gone, it's nice and smooth. So don't talk about this a whole lot, but there's definitely some feel when it comes to cleaning that when you've cleaned enough dirty surfaces, you start to feel when they clean up real good and have removed all the dirt and soil from that area. So one of the trickiest things to clean is the non-slip base on your tub or shower. You can see here just that grease and grime kind of starts to build up there. So we're just going to take a little bit of Barkeeper's Friend Soft Cleanser and scrub that in with a drill brush, and all this should melt away.
Now that the scrubbing's done, I come through with one final rinse and sit back and enjoy the before and after. Now that the shower is clean and turned out absolutely amazing, let's move on to the next thing.
So I see this a lot. It's the hard water buildup on your shower head or maybe even your kitchen faucet. Now, you can put some vinegar in a baggie, tie it up here. The one thing I like to do, if possible, is to unscrew it. This one was just not too tight. But if you can unscrew it, take a little just cup like this, pop it in. We're gonna put some vinegar in here, just white vinegar. let it sit while we clean the rest of the bathroom, and this will break down all that nastiness.
Now, as we wait for that to soak, it's time to clean the porcelain throne. Now, this toilet has not been cleaned in a while. As you can see here from the before shots, it's pretty dirty. Now, this toilet was also super dusty. So when toilets are dusty and dirty, the way I like to start is by grabbing a Swiffer and dusting the toilet top to bottom. The reason being is when you spray a toilet like this with liquid cleaner, when it's super dusty, you kind of create this linty paste mess that's really hard to clean off the porcelain surface. So by removing that dust first when it's dry, it makes cleaning the toilet that much easier.
The other thing I just wanted to mention real quick is when you're deep cleaning a toilet, especially if again hasn't been cleaned in a while, you want to take off the seat because this right here is what you'll find.
Now the first step is to spray down and saturate everything with a disinfectant. For this, I'm using a product called Inside. We're gonna let this sit for a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes before we wipe anything down.
All right, so when wiping down the toilet and kind of doing the last part of the clean, I like to, you probably see me all the time, my towels are kind of folded in fours like this. But when you use it this way, you have 8 sides to clean with. You have 1, 2. When you flip it inside out, you have 3, 4, and you have the same amount of sides on the other side of the towel.
Now once the toilet itself is nice and clean, we just have to finish by cleaning the seat. And for this, I like to use the bathtub. You might be wondering why on earth the bathtub, but it's a nice contained area where I can thoroughly rinse and clean the entire seat. And once I'm done, I'll make sure to disinfect the tub. So now that the toilet is nice and clean, let's move on to the vanity. And as you can see here, it is super dusty. For this, we're gonna start by vacuuming to remove all the dry dust, and then we'll come through and wipe down everything. So just like the shower faucet, the sink faucet here had a little bit of hard water buildup. For this, I just used a toothbrush, made sure to detail that real good, and got rid of anything that was left in between there. So now that the vanity is done, it's time to go grab the shower faucet, take it out of the vinegar. We're gonna give it a quick scrub, get rid of any remaining hard water that might be on the surface there, give it a good rinse, and then we'll put it back on and run some water through it just to make sure everything works great. So last but not least, we gotta clean the floors. So what we're gonna do is start by vacuuming, giving everything a good detail, including the baseboards. Then we're gonna grab our flat mop and Zepp's neutral floor cleaner, start at the back of the bathroom and work our way out the door.
All right, so the bathroom is done. Noah is helping us pack up here. Everything cleaned up really well. If you guys have any cleaning questions, definitely drop a comment below. And if you need help cleaning something, I got you.